good at the webcam. Alright, one. He's like, what? Okay, excellent. That works. The magic of technology. Okay. Alright. My speech is an informative speech on the evolution of Thanksgiving. And I'm going to start off with, according to the website Pilgrim Hall, modern Thanksgiving has been drawn from 3 separate traditions to evolve to its present state. The first is what we refer to as the first Thanksgiving, the traditional dinner which took place in Plymouth in 1621. The second is the Puritan Day of Thanksgiving and Praise, which has religious influences on today's modern Thanksgiving. And the third is the civic authority to celebrate a specific event by giving thanks by governors or kings or presidents for that matter. I will explain to you how modern Thanksgiving has been influenced by these 3 separate traditions: the first Thanksgiving, the Puritan Day of Thanksgiving and Praise, and the civic authority to give thanks. I would like to begin with the first Thanksgiving. The first Thanksgiving took place in Plymouth in 1621. At this particular event, a peace and friendship agreement was made. The agreement was made between Miles Standish and Sachem Massasoit. I can't even pronounce it probably. The purpose of the agreement was to allow the Pilgrims to clear the forest to build their new town because the fort wasn't big enough anymore. The Pilgrims had a large harvest, partly due to the Native Americans who taught them to hunt and grow crops, which left them with plenty of food. The traditional first Thanksgiving was corn, deer, shellfish, and roasted meat, as opposed to turkey and cranberries and stuffing. Modern Thanksgiving owes the Pilgrims and the Native Americans of 1621 the following influence: thanks for a prosperous harvest, plenty of food, and camaraderie, such as volunteering for homeless shelters. Plenty of people reach out to the community during Thanksgiving, and opening our homes to friends and other people. Family, although now plays a huge part of Thanksgiving, it did not in 1621. It was more of a community affair. While the first Thanksgiving did include prayer, it was not religiously influenced. This is where the Puritan influences take place on the religious aspect of modern Thanksgiving. Puritans celebrated a truly religious day of giving thanks to God for having looked down upon them and then serving God in a fair manner. A Thanksgiving holy day, which is completely separate from the autumn harvest I previously mentioned. Pilgrims versus Puritans. There's a difference between the two. The Pilgrims were the first Thanksgiving. The Puritans came about a decade later than the Pilgrims, and the Pilgrims welcome heterogeneousness, while the Puritans came strictly in search of religious freedom from the Church of England. They came in hope of a reformed church. Puritans rejected the Church of England as well as the medieval calendar of Christmas, Easter, and Saints' days, thus allowing them 3 holy days left over, and one of them included the Day of Thanksgiving and Praise. The Day of Thanksgiving and Praise was used whenever things were going well for the community and often concluded with a feast. The first Thanksgiving is considered a secular celebration of games and recreation, while Puritan Thanksgiving would never have included these events. Modern Thanksgiving owes the Puritans credit for countless Thanksgiving church services and mass services across the country, as well as common religiously influenced phrases seen on modern Thanksgiving decor, such as the Count Your Blessings plate. From the religion to civic thanks, it's now time to introduce the need to celebrate thanks civically. A civic authority, a special day of Thanksgiving, was proclaimed to celebrate a special event. For example, King William and Queen Mary of England proclaimed a Thanksgiving for the victory over the French, which just so happened to lie on the 4th Thursday in November, and this was in 1691, and they actually have a written proclamation for a public Thanksgiving. After the collaboration of the feast and celebratory side of Thanksgiving with a special day of prayer, governors across the United States began to proclaim a civic day to give thanks for general well-being and a successful harvest, so they combined the two. In 1777, the first Thanksgiving was proclaimed by national authority for all 13 colonies. Abraham Lincoln claimed national Thanksgiving on the last Thursday in November, and there has been a national annual Thanksgiving Day ever since. Modern Thanksgiving, while no longer claimed as a civil holiday perchance by governors or presidents, owes its evolution to those who pushed for the holiday to be celebrated. In conclusion, throughout history, Thanksgiving has evolved to what it is today, mostly due to these three different customs. The first Thanksgiving gave us a day of camaraderie, which included games, friendship, 3 days of feasting, and opening one's table to others. The period day of Thanksgiving gave thanks to God for appreciating the community and for blessing the people. The civic authority proclaimed Thanksgiving and eventually gave it the 4th of November, and Thanksgiving has become a day of appreciating friends and family, giving thanks for our blessings, and eating until our pants no longer buckle. However, traditions continue to lie deep within the day.